Hey guys, DB Right here, and today I thought I'd have a bit more of a more interesting discussion today. Yeah, still waiting on the material for the next What If, so I thought it'd be fun to discuss the what if that is, what if I was put in charge of Dragon Ball Evolution? You know that really bad Dragon Ball movie we got? You know, I think it was like 10 years ago or something. It was really, really bad, not well liked, and pretty much the people in charge completely ignored the source material completely. Pretty much shut out Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, who was hired on as a technical advisor, from basically all the decision makings and pretty much ignored his advice completely. But what would happen if a true Dragon Ball fan, such as myself, was put in charge? Would I have been able to save this movie? Well, let's find out. Okay, first and foremost, I wouldn't have made King Piccolo the bad guy right off the bat in the first film. No. Honestly, if it had have been me, I would have went with the Red Ribbon Army first as the main antagonist for the film. Red Ribbon Army, you know, Commander Red, Commander Black, and of course Mercenary Tao as our big martial arts villain who fights Goku. And would I have had Emperor Pilaf? Not entirely sure. Not really as a main part, more like as the comic relief in the movie. Emperor Pilaf, maybe have a bit of a free man race for the Dragon Balls. You know, you got Goku on one end, Emperor Pilaf, and the Red Ribbon Army. I wouldn't really have the whole. Pretty much most of the Pilaf saga would be cut for the film, and some of the bits from the Ribbon Army would also be cut. Okay, so for instance, like, you ever see that Dragon Ball movie? I think it's called Dragon Ball: The Journey of Power. Anyway, if I'm getting that wrong, I will look up the name and stick it in here, the proper name. I would basically run off that. So we'd have Goku meeting Bulma, like he does in the anime. Okay, as for a casting choice, yeah, you'd want a Goku and a Bulma. When the second movie happens a couple of years down the track, they don't look much older. And so, as I said, I would go with the Red Ribbon Army first. So you got Goku and Bulma meeting, and throughout their journey of finding the Dragon Balls together, Bulma, you know, wanting to wish for a new boyfriend and whatnot, and Goku, of course, learning about the Dragon Balls. You would want. So, would we have Goku and Bulma meet up the rest of the gang? You know, Oolong, Yamcha, Puar, and Roshi. Yes. Meeting Oolong, I would actually have Oolong instead of being, you know, Oolong the Terrible and having that chestnut. I would have the Red Ribbon Army attacking that village to find the Dragon Ball, and Goku ends up rescuing them, and, well, they agree to take Oolong off their hands because he was causing his own mischief as well. So Oolong would be more like the sort of troublemaker of the gang. And so we get Oolong, and then they have to venture on through the desert, and that's when they, of course, meet Yamcha. I basically keep the meeting of Yamcha basically the same, and of course the fact that he's terrified of girls. He gets really shy and silly around women, especially the good-looking ones like Bulma. So we'd have that play out, and their journey to find the Dragon Balls, and of course they then run into the Ox King, who is basically single-handedly fighting off the Red Ribbon Army. who have basically, instead of really having the whole Fire Mountain thing where we're basically going to have the bit where the Red Ribbon Army is attacking the Ox King and trying to steal the Dragon Ball from him. And that is how Ox King will meet Goku and Bulma in this movie. And with the help of Goku and of course Yamcha, who's also there, they are able to fight off the Red Ribbon Army. So of course, with that whole thing with the Red Ribbon Army attacking the Ox King, we get both Goku meeting Chi-Chi and of course the Ox King, and for helping them get rid of the army, Goku is awarded the Dragon Ball, and because Turtle is there as well, the Ox King asks if they could do one more thing and return Turtle to Master Roshi, and that is how they get the next Dragon Ball, because remember, Master Roshi has it around his neck. And they're able to get that Dragon Ball from Roshi as an award. Right. So with Roshi, Goku and the gang are captured, and they're put into that familiar room that we see in the Pilaf saga, with the big see-through room that's going to basically kill the gang the following morning because of the sun. But unfortunately for the Red Ribbon Army, it is a full moon tonight, and Goku looks at it and he transforms into the Great Ape Ozaru and basically trashes the room and trashes a significant amount of the compound, giving his friends the chance to escape. And of course we get a pretty cool action scene with Great Ape Goku just trashing the base. And with the following day, his friends have long since escaped, and Goku has ended up separated from the gang. And well, he's had to get himself, a new attire because he's kind of ripped through the old one. And still having one of the Dragon Balls on him, he is then ambushed. He finds himself at the bottom of Korin's tower with Upa and his father, who of course they are then attacked by Mercenary Tao, and Upa is killed, and Goku is almost nearly killed by Mercenary Tao. Does he run off and get that little bit of training from Korin? Yes, but instead of having him go through the whole training, because remember, we got a 2-hour time frame, actually just gives him the Ultra Divine Water right then and there, and that gives Goku his power boost, and he then charges the Red Ribbon Army, taking down the rest of the compound, and he defeats Mercenary Tao, and of course defeats Commander Black in the end fight, and pretty much destroys the rest of the compound, retrieving the Dragon Balls, and gets the wish to bring back Upa and his father, and is reunited by the rest of the gang because they see the dragon. That thing is really hard to miss, and yes, and then Roshi agrees to train Goku in the way of the Turtle Hermit, getting him prepared for the World Martial Arts Tournament, and that is pretty much where I would end the movie for now. And then we get a really cool post-credit scene with Dr. Gero. Really cool post-credit scene with Dr. Gero with guys moving equipment out of a run-down compartment, basically what used to be his lab. And this guy goes, "Oh, what do you want me to do with these two things?" Pointing at these really two big pods with the numbers 17 and 18 on it. "Move them to my bunker. We have a lot of work to do." And that is how I would have done Dragon Ball Evolution. I wouldn't have had King Piccolo appear until the second or even third film. Actually, second would have worked. Anyway, so what do you guys reckon? Do you reckon my version of Dragon Ball Evolution would have been a better movie? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more of the proper Dragon Ball What Ifs I do on this channel really soon.